We discussed the causes behind it, the ideology of the, you were not there yesterday, right? Okay. We discussed the causes behind it, ideology of the Naxalites, what government is presently doing to eliminate, eradicate Naxalism, and what still can be done. We also observed how Naxalism, the symptoms of Naxalism, and the root cause of Naxalism. The root cause of Naxalism is underdevelopment. We have to solve that problem. Symptoms of Naxalism we can solve by fighting with the Naxalites, by eliminating the Naxalites. So the hard measures, fighting, eliminating hard measures are just like fighting the symptoms. When we get a disease, the disease may cause symptoms like cold, cough, fever. We cannot take medicine for cold, cough, fever. We have to take medicine for the disease. Similarly, Naxalism, if it is a disease for India, the cause of the disease is lack of development. That we have to do. We have to develop the nation. Development, infrastructure, good services, that is more important. And fighting with the Naxals, eliminating them is just to remove the symptoms, that's all. Okay. So today,
sir, you said underdevelopment is a prerequisite for Naxalism.
Yesterday you were not there in the class, no? Okay.
Sir, but we observe in India, across all the states, underdevelopment is prevalent. But why only few states are sensitive regions for Naxalism?
Those states are highly underdeveloped. For example, land reforms are not implemented in few states only. For example, observe in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, the land reforms are implemented in a very poor way. Understand? Similarly, if you observe, acquisition of land by the government for mining, mostly for mining, is mostly prevalent in these states only. They are not prevalent in states of Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, Maharashtra. That's why in these Naxalism has been more. And yesterday in the class, I discussed almost 20 to 30 reasons behind Naxalism. And these reasons are not there in every district of India. Out of 700 districts of India, around 125 districts only, most of these problems are there. That's not the only reason. Also, Naxals can only stay in the places where there is hilly terrain, where forest is there, where administration vacuum is there. In such places only, they can easily expand their operations. Such kind of places are very few in India. So this person is there. Also, these places are mostly border of China also, from where they can access the China. That's why, as you are not the yesterday's class, it's difficult for you to understand this topic as of now. But today's topic, what I discuss, we can discuss at the end of the class. You can ask notes. Yes, if you want to ask notes on Naxalism, I want you to go to yesterday's class. It is given live also. You can sit for class and then you ask me notes. Okay. Friends, Bhargav told me that the topics he left out are, one is left-wing extremism, which he finished yesterday. Second topic he said he left out in his class is border security management. Border management basically of India, border management. Not only border management, but also he told me that he discussed terrorism. He told me that he discussed terrorism, but he did not discuss the northeastern insurgency. He did not discuss the northeastern insurgency. Understand? So these two topics I will integrate and I'll teach both of together. Okay? Because Northeast India has the longest border. So border management of India and Northeastern insurgency can be dealt together. Okay. And border means, friends, border means the place where India is sharing the border with other countries. It can be land border or coastal border. The place where the sovereignty, territorial sovereignty of India ends. For example, if you look at India, look at India, friends, from here till here, all these states are coastal states. Almost 9 coastal states are there in India. 9 coastal states. And almost 4 union territories of India also. You can go home and identify what are the 9 coastal states of India, right from Gujarat to West Bengal. 9 coastal states of India and 4 union territories are also coastal, has the coastal border. The 4 union territories are, you have Pondicherry here, Andaman Nicobar, Lakshadweep, and you have Daman Diu here, So 4 unities. These have the coastal border. Similarly, in this map, I have mostly focused on the land border. You see land border? Land border of India, almost 17 states of India, you can write down. Almost 17 states of India share border, land border with our neighboring countries. 17 states, starting from here, starting from Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab, Jammu Kashmir, everything, Uttarakhand. So till Tripura, all the states, almost 17 states of India share border with land border with neighboring countries. Okay. So in this class, we'll discuss the border management of both the coastal border as well as the land border. You write down the numbers and then here. Friends, for example, see, in internal security class, these points are not important. But from the prelims point of view, UPSC prelims point of view, mostly geography point of view, many a times questions were asked about the states bordering which country borders states of India. So you may have to note down that, for example, take Pakistan. Here is Pakistan. You can write down what are the states bordering Pakistan. Starting from here, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab, Jammu Kashmir. That's all, only 4 states. So those would not, you can write down. That's important. Okay, only 4 states of India share border with Pakistan. Only 4 states. Okay, and Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab. For these 3 states, the border is secured by BSF. Border Security Force. It's a paramilitary force. It is not army. It's not military. It's paramilitary force. You have to write down. You should note down. Pakistan shares border with 4 states. Among them, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab. Gujarat, Punjab. Borders are secured by BSF. BSF is a paramilitary force. But write down. But the Jammu Kashmir border, which is highly sensitive, write down. But the Jammu Kashmir border, which is highly sensitive, is secured by Indian Army. Is secured by Indian Army. Okay. Then, friends, if you take China, here is China. China also shares border with Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand. You can write down actually Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand. Then Sikkim here. So actually, Sikkim is a tri-junction. Tri-junction means Sikkim shares border with Nepal, Bhutan, China, all 3 countries. Sikkim. Okay. So Sikkim, and then here Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh. And coming to the border security, friends, Ladakh means part of Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh. Ladakh and Uttarakhand. Ladakh and Uttarakhand, the border is secured by Vikas Battalion. It is a paramilitary force. It's not an army. Paramilitary force. Vikas Battalion. You can write down Vikas Battalion directly reports to Cabinet Secretary of India, not Ministry of Home Affairs. Vikas Battalion reports to Cabinet Secretary of India, but not Ministry of Home Affairs. You can write down all except Vikas Battalion, all paramilitary force of India, report to Home Ministry. Indian military reports to Defense Ministry. Understand? Military, the Army, Navy, Air Force, they report to the Defense Ministry. Paramilitary forces report to Home Ministry. They are different. You should understand they're different. Write down. Military of India reports Defense Ministry. Paramilitary forces report to Home Ministry. It's called Ministry of Home Affairs. It's called Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay. But Vikas Battalion reports to Cabinet Secretary. It's unique. It's a very unique force because it's a very sensitive area. China, Ladakh, China, Uttarakhand is a very sensitive area. That's why separate battalion was formed there. Okay. Whereas Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim are by very good. Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim are secured by ITBP, Indo-Tibetan Border Police. It's a paramilitary force. ITBP. Indo-Tibetan Border Police. They report to Home Ministry. Every paramilitary reports to Ministry of Home Affairs only. Okay. And friends, Myanmar. Am I reading this one? Myanmar. Burma, called Burma, olden days. Myanmar. What are the states bordering Myanmar? Again, 4 states only. Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram. Only 4 states bordering Arunachal Pradesh. Bordering Myanmar. Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram. It's important to actually identify these things from Prelims point of view. Okay. And what are the security agencies bordering them? Assam Rifles. The border is secured by Assam Rifles. Assam Rifles again a paramilitary force. You can write down Assam Rifles operates on the basis of company model. Assam Rifles operate on the basis of company model. Company model means, friends, Assam Rifles is divided into some companies. Each company secures one part of the border. Understand? They're like companies. Each company one border. But these companies are kept under Indian military only. Assam Rifles are under the Indian military only. Understand? Not all Assam Rifles, even ITBP, BSF, they're under, means they take commands from Indian military. Though they are a separate force, they take command from Indian military officers only, which is actually slightly problematic because these paramilitary forces come from different atmosphere, environments. They come to different examination. They come through different training practices. Military comes from different practices. So if military is actually dominating the paramilitary force, they feel demotivated. For example, I became BSF Jawan or BSF officer. As I grow up in the BSF, as I grow up in the ranks, finally I should become top post officer, but I will not. I will always be under the control of military. So that leads to demotivation. Okay, that's a problem. Actually, that's one of the problems in the border management of India. The paramilitary forces and the Indian military, the relationship is not very amicable. Okay. Okay, anyhow, Myanmar. Then what is the country here, friends? Bangladesh. Very good. Bangladesh. Friends, Bangladesh also borders almost. What are the bordering states of Bangladesh? West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram. 5 states. West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya. This is Tripura. This is Mizoram. 5 states border Bangladesh. You should write down. Actually. Write down the states' names also. It's important to write down. Bangladesh borders with 5 states of India. West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram. And what are the border security forces there? BSF only. BSF, Bangladesh. Actually, friends, Bangladesh was once upon a time part of Pakistan only. I think you know. Till 1971, Bangladesh is Pakistan only. In 1971 only, they got divided, Bangladesh, Pakistan. Hence, the same security force, BSF only. BSF secures the borders of Bangladesh. Tell me, Nepal. Nepal, what are the border institutions of Nepal? Very good. Uttarakhand, UP, Bihar. What is it? West Bengal, correct. Uttarakhand, UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Sikkim. 5 states. So Nepal, what is the 5 states? Uttarakhand, UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Sikkim are the states. And write down the states names. Which is the force secures them? Sahasra Seema Bal, SSB. SSB has separate recruitment, SSB recruitment. See, SSB has separate recruitment, CAPF is separate, BSF. So SSB, Sahasra Seema Bal. It is a friendly force because Bhutan, India, Nepal, India relationship is not very bad like China and Pakistan. China, Pakistan is pretty bad. Whereas Nepal, Bhutan are comparatively friendly countries to India. So, Sahasra Seema Bal, even Bhutan also. What are the borders of Bhutan? Borders of Bhutan also same only. Sikkim, West Bengal, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh. You can write down. Sikkim, West Bengal, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh. And it is safeguarded by the same Sahasra Seema Bal, SSB. Friends, if you observe the borders of India, there was a prelims question which got repeated quite a few times. Like, which country shares the longest borderline with India? Actually, if you observe, Bangladesh has the longest border. See, Bangladesh. So Bangladesh has longest border of India. Then China. See, China here and again here, China. Second is China. Then Pakistan. Entire is border, Pakistan. Then Nepal. Then Myanmar. Only then Bhutan. The last one is Afghanistan. Afghanistan shares very small. This one, that's all. Very small border Afghanistan shares. Last is Afghanistan. Friends, there are only 7 countries having land border with India. 7 countries. These 7 countries, if you want to know who shares the longest border, this is the order. This is the order of the 7 countries we share. And on this order, there were several questions in prelims. They give 3 countries, they give 4 countries, ask you to arrange in order. So you can mention these 7 in order as the countries sharing land border with India, land border. Okay. Also, friends, if you observe, entire India is not in control of India. Some parts of India are controlled by other countries. Some of them are independent also. And we are continuously trying to reclaim them, continuously trying to get them back. This is affecting the sovereignty of India. What is the meaning of sovereignty, friends?
No external interference.
Very good. That's the right word actually. Very good. Sovereignty means India having complete control, political, economic, social control, without any external interference or without any external domination. This kind of sovereignty is not there for some parts of India. These parts are First you see this part, friends, this part. This part is called Gilgit Baltistan. Gilgit, write down. If you want, you can draw only a Kashmir map, but you have to write down these points. Gilgit Baltistan, also called as Pakistan Occupied Kashmir, POK. You know the meaning of POK, friends? Pakistan Occupied Kashmir, Gilgit Baltistan. It is not under control of India. India is still trying to get control of it. Even today also. Then, see, this part I told you, no? Then this part, see? This part. This part is called Azad Kashmir. Azad Kashmir. It is not directly controlled by Pakistan, not directly controlled, but it is independent from India. Independence is part of India only, but Indian government does not really have control over this. It is ruled by some terrorist organizations, some independent organizations. India does not have political control over it. Okay, that's why if you go to some places internationally, they draw the India map differently. In India map, they will not draw these parts. This part they will remove. This part also they will remove in the map. And India never agrees. For example, few years ago, when India's foreign secretary attended a meeting in Australia, in the presentation, actually the meeting is about international relation between Southeast Asian countries along with Australia and New Zealand. They have drawn India map differently. In the India map, they did not include these parts. This part, and this part also. Friends, this part is called as Aksai Chin. You have to write down. Aksai Chin. Presently, it is controlled by China, completely controlled by China. So these three parts were removed from map. So the Foreign Secretary of India walked out of the meeting. She walked out of the meeting. She said that in a meeting where India's sovereignty is not accepted, in a meeting where India's map is not shown in its full, I am not going to attend the meeting, because if I attend the meeting, it is like I'm accepting that the map is correct. So she walked out of the meeting. It happened. Okay. So friends, regarding Aksai Chin, you can write down. Do you know what happened? 1962 India-China war. You know that? You read about in the world history. It's very interesting. Very important thing in the world history. Because I'm telling you world history because in the same year, the Cuban Missile Crisis happened. Actually, at that time, what happened is in Cuba, Russia has kept some missiles in Cuba. Cuba is a communist country. Russia is also a communist country. And USA, Russia, Cold War was going on at the time. Russia cannot attack USA directly from Russia. Distance is more. So they stored some missiles in Cuba, ready to attack. And those missiles were identified through satellite imagery by USA. As identified, immediately they came for a war. So both ships, at that time John F. Kennedy was the president of USA. So both ships in the naval war were almost close. But before fighting any shot, the missiles were removed from Cuba. In fact, the new imagery missiles were not there. So at that time, the entire world was watching USA, Russia, who were about to go to war. At that time, entire world is focused there. Silently, China attacked India. China wants to attack India from before only. But they identified a good time to attack India. Because when everybody is normal, China attacks India, other countries will not agree. They will come for discussions, deliberations, negotiations. But when the entire world looking at some other war, China attacked India. Through the Ladakh, parallelly, it attacked India through the Ladakh as well as through Arunachal Pradesh. Because China says that Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh both belong to China only. Pakistan says that entire Kashmir belongs to Pakistan only. Understand? And these two countries are never settling. India is ready to settle disputes, but China is not ready. Okay. Anyhow, so friends, regarding Aksai Chin, you should actually after the till 1962 war, Aksai Chin was controlled by Pakistan only. See, Gilgit Baltistan, this part Pakistan, Aksai Chin, Pakistan. After India-China war, Pakistan gave Aksai Chin to China. It belongs to India, doesn't belong to Pakistan, but still Pakistan gave it to China. Why Pakistan gave it to China? Because Aksai Chin was very close to China border. You should understand one thing. See, the fight is between India and Pakistan, right? If Pakistan wants something, it can fight. If Pakistan is giving to China, then Pakistan is also not controlling it. Still, Pakistan does not want India to have it. Pakistan's thinking is, Pakistan always thinks that India should be destroyed. They never think about their development. But India is opposite. India thinks about India's development. They never think about what is happening in Pakistan. But Pakistan's focus always destroy India. During that time, now also almost, okay? So here, Aksai Chin belongs to India only, but China is controlling it, okay? And recently means from last 7 decades, okay? If you look at China, friends, it's all China only, it's all China. For China, this side of China is Tibet. Tibet Autonomous Region. You can draw this one. You can draw only this map and write. Don't draw entire map, only the Kashmir map. This part is Tibet Autonomous Region. This part, autonomous region. This part is Xinjiang Uyghur Province, part of China. Just like India has many states, China has many provinces. Provinces means states only. Okay. This part of China is called Xinjiang. Xinjiang Uyghur Province. And this part is called Tibetan Autonomous Region. It's also a part of China. Part of China means China occupied it. Previously, Tibet is a separate country. They have their own king. But China forcefully occupied Tibet. You know that, no? Tibet is not a communist country. Tibet is a purely Buddhist country. Tibet is a very peaceful country. They don't have any army. They are completely made up of Buddhist monks, Buddhist culture. So when China attacked Tibet, Tibet could not fight China because they don't have strong army, you know. So what happened? China occupied Tibet and then said that in Tibet also communism has to spread, Communist Party. They asked Tibetans to accept the authority of Communist Party of China. But Tibet is ruled by Buddhist monks. They did not agree with it. So whoever did not agree were persecuted by China. So some of them moved to India. And one example is Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama is one of the heads of Tibet, religious heads of Tibet. He moved to India. At that time, the Chinese government asked India to give back Dalai Lama. Although Dalai Lama came along with very many other Buddhist monks. But Nehru said that when somebody comes to our country as a refugee for protection, we will protect them. That is the philosophy and principle on which India stands. So we did not give back Dalai Lama. That's why Dalai Lama is in India. Though he is in India, Dalai Lama, Himachal Pradesh, though he actually has good hold on Tibet. He can control what is happening in Tibet to some extent. Okay, so that is another problem in China. Okay, so friends, now you can write down China laid roads and railways. China laid road and rail connectivity. China laid road and rail connectivity from Tibet Autonomous Region to Xinjiang Uyghur Province. China laid road and rail connectivity from TAR to XUR through Aksai Chin. Actually, Nehru, when he was Prime Minister of India, he is aware of that. Nehru is aware of that. But at that time, we could not fight back actually. When China was building the roads, everything, India could not fight back. But now India is able to fight back. Now India is not allowing any more developments, mostly. But already it's under control of China. Okay? Not only that, friend, do you write that point? You should also write, okay, anyhow, friends, not only Aksai Chin, Gilgit-Baltistan, Pakistan and China are very close allies. Why they are close? Because India is their common enemy. See, for example, you are my enemy, you are her enemy also. then we both will become friends because both of us are same enemy. In that way, China-Pakistan became friends. There is no other common relation between China-Pakistan. Why will China want to become close to Pakistan? What is the advantage of Pakistan? Pakistan has no resources to get advantage. But India, in future, if China has to attack India, Pakistan help it. That's all. Single reason. Okay. Now, China is constructing an economic industrial corridor like this. Corridor. It's called China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. It is coming through this part is called Karakoram Tract. Karakoram Tract. Actually, it's also part of India only. That's why India is opposing the right down. China is planning to build CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. China is planning to build CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor through Karakoram Tract, which is a part of India. Full stop. Write down. CPEC is a part of BRI. CPEC is a part of BRI. What is BRI, friends? Belt and Road Initiative. In current affairs, you might have studied this several times. Belt and Road Initiative is the project of whom? China. Through BRI, China is constructing several ports in Sri Lanka, Maldives, Myanmar. China is building roads to Africa, sea routes to Africa, European countries. China wants to build connectivity to Europe, South Asia, East Asia, all the countries, Africa, everywhere. China wants to build connectivity. Why? For trade. China is building roads, ports, railways. So regarding BRI, you should read. It's a very important part in international relations, current affairs, internal security, all in economics also. It's a very important part. BRI. You should read right in the bracket, read about it. If I tell about BRI, it will take 10 more minutes, but that is not part of internal security. So read separately. Okay. So as a part of BRI means China building belt and road, not for India, across the world. In the BRI, one component is CPC. That's why I said CPC is a component of BRI. Full stop. Hence, India is not supporting BRI. Friends, this is a major debate. The debate is, BRI is a very interesting project. It helps in the trade across the world. But why India is opposing it? Is India jealous of China? No. India is opposing it because one component of BRI is CPEC, and CPEC is affecting the sovereignty of India. You can write down, CPEC is impacting the sovereignty of India. Friends, the coastal part of India, coast of India is managed by whom? Who secures the coastal? I told about the various forces who take care of the land border. The sea border, who's taking care? Very good. One is Indian Navy. Definitely. Second one? Very good. Coast Guard of India. Coast Guard. Friends, Coast Guard is again paramilitary. For example, India-Pakistan border, Indian military and BSF are taking care. Indian military is a military. BSF is paramilitary. Like that, coastal border also, Indian Navy is part of military. Indian Navy is military. But Coast Guard is paramilitary. And paramilitary reports to Home Affairs, Ministry of Home Affairs. Navy reports to, write down, Indian coastal borders Indian coastal borders are secured by three forces. Number one, Indian Navy, a military force. Number two, Coast Guard. And number three, Marine Police. Marine Police belong to the state government. Tamil Nadu Marine Police, Karnataka Marine Police, Andhra Marine Police. Marine Police means in every state, among the police only, some police are kept for coastal security. They are called Marine Police. They will have Marine Police stations. That means Tamil Nadu is there. Tamil Nadu, out of all the police, some police are kept for safeguarding the border, because border is very important. Because many boats, ships may come into the border, not to the port, through other routes, carrying terrorists, fake currency, smuggled goods. Okay? Huh? What is it? Huh. Okay.
Are part of state government or
Any kind of commando or part of home affairs only. Commandos. Actually, commandos are from the police force, from the Coast Guard, from the Navy. They are trained as commandos. Commandos means they select few forces, few personnel. Commando means they select few personnel from Navy, from Army, from the Coast Guard, from police, and they train them. Commandos. Yesterday I told you about Cobra, commandos for resolute action. Commando, battalion, resolute action. Marco means marine commando. Basically, commandos is there. Even NSG, Nation Security Guard, are also made up of commandos only. Commando is a name just to tell highly equipped and trained personnel. Commando means highly equipped and trained personnel. It can be anybody. It can be Navy, Army, military, anybody. And they will be used only for special operations. For example, 2008 Mumbai attacks, 26, you know 26 balloon attacks. Commandos only came through NSG operation, right? Okay. The third one is Marine Police. Marine Police. And friends, there is a special force. There is a special force called Sagar Prahari Bal. Sagar Prahari Bal. Bal means force, that's all. Hindi Bal means force, Prahari means border. Sagar means coastal. Sagar is coastal, Prahari border, Bal means force. Coastal border security force, that's all. It's called Sagar Prahari, SPB. Sagar Prahari Bal, it's a separate force trained for coastal security, specially trained for coastal security. Friends, I discussed about various security forces. I told many security, Assam Rifles, SSB, BSF, ITB, Vikas Battalion, Coast Guard, I told many. And all these names only secure the border. But inside the India, the industries are secured by, you write down that. Yes, they are also paramilitary force. Industry secured by CSF. Naxal areas by CRPF. Central Reserve Police Force. And also Indian Reserve Battalion. In the Reserve, I told you, no, Reserve Battalion. Specifically for Naxalites again, Commando Battalion for Resolute Action. Basically, friends, all these people are Central Armed Police Force. They are armed police. Normal police will not carry heavy arms. Heavy arms will not be there. But they are Central Armed Police Force.
What is greyhounds?
Greyhounds are only Andhra Pradesh government's specially trained police to fight Naxals. Okay. So, friends, so like this, all the forces I have mentioned here covers one part of the syllabus. One part of the syllabus. If you look at internal security syllabus, it clearly mentions various security forces in India and their mandate. You write down that is actually mentioned UPSC syllabus. It is directly given in the questions also, mains questions. Various security forces of India and their mandate. Mandate means what is it meant to, security force. That also I have covered. Actually, I covered this in the last 15 minutes. I covered various security force of India and their mandate. Okay. Friends, now let us discuss about the border problems of India. Okay, see, you have to write the notes. Because friends, the internal security class is very rich in facts. If you observe my class, this class, lot of facts are there. I observed that lot of facts are there. And all these facts, along with the concepts, you have to write down. I am dictating some things I am just mentioning on the board. You have to write down. If you do not write down, don't think you'll remember all these things after the class. The flow of the events, facts are very important to be revised. And if you revise whatever I'm giving, I am sure you can answer every question in GS paper 3, internal security. All the concepts, except current affairs. In the next 1 year, if any current affairs are coming, you have to add the current affairs. Other than that, the fundamental concepts I will cover completely. My notes will be enough. Okay. Now, friends, let us move to the problems with the border countries to India. Okay. Here, only North India, right? Enough. Remaining what is not required. Because in the coastal borders, there is no specific problem to India. Except Sri Lanka, we have some problem, but a little later. Now see, remind me about Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, we have problem with Kachativu Island. That I will discuss at the end. But now the main focus is the land border problems with India. Let us take each country, each border country, and discuss what are the problems India has got with that country, and have we solved the problem or no? That's all. That is the topic now. I moved on to the next topic. Okay. Now, friends, first let's come to Pakistan. Which color is more visible to you, white or yellow? Pakistan, friends. Pakistan-India border problem is the most sensitive and long-lasting border problem. Why it happened? Because India and Pakistan are divided unscientifically. In 1947, when British left India in 1947, a lot of Muslims from India moved towards Pakistan. A lot of Hindus and Sikhs of Pakistan moved to India, and they themselves created the countries. There is no very clear demarcation border. And at that time, what happened? Some states like Hyderabad, Nizam, ruled by Nizam, Hyderabad. Kerala, ruled by Travancore King, Kerala. Kashmir, ruled by Hari Singh. Junagadh, ruled by Junagadh King. Like that, some parts of India said that we don't want to be part of India or Pakistan. You understand? Actually, you will study all these things in the post-independent history of India. Is the topic over for you? In post-independent history of India, you will learn about integration of India. After independence, how India became a single country. India has done a lot to become a single country. One second, friends. Hello. So, at the time, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Home Minister of India, also called Iron Man of India, he is the reason behind integration of India. When India broke down into two parts, actually it broke down into several parts, not just two parts. We know only about India and Pakistan. Now see, in 1947, this part and this part together, Pakistan, they became Pakistan. So Muslims from here mostly went here, Hindus, Sikhs mostly came here, unscientifically. At that time, India was not declared as a Hindu country. India is a secular country only. India clearly respects Muslims, Christians, Hindus, Sikhs, everybody. But Pakistan was declared as a Islamic state. That means Pakistan clearly said that the government of Pakistan will follow Islamic practices. Clearly mentioned. But in India formed, India did not say that we follow Hindu practices. Did not say. Okay. Now, friends, see. Now, here Hyderabad Nizam. I'm sorry. Hyderabad Nizam here. Then Junagadh here. then Kashmir here, and Kerala here, Kerala, Travancore. These are called princely states. There are some more princely states. These princely states, what they said, they don't want to become part of India or part of Pakistan. They want to have their own country. The king want to have princely states means kings are there. Princely states means British did not rule them. When British ruled India, British did not rule entire India. Some parts are ruled by kings only. Never think that British entire India, British never ruled. Some parts are ruled by kings only. Those kings don't want to become part of India or Pakistan. At that time, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel went to each king. He made agreements. He convinced them. He gave them money. He threatened them. Sometimes threatened them by police action. Sometimes he purchased them. Convinced the agreements. Like that, everything is solved. Finally, everybody became part of India. Everything became part of India. Completely became part of India. But Kashmir, Hari Singh. Both Pakistan, India, both of them want Hari Singh. But Hari Singh signed Treaty of Accession. Treaty of Accession is signed. Write down. In 1947, post-independence, the King of Kashmir, Hari Singh, signed Treaty of Accession with Government of India. Treaty of Accession with Government of India. But friends, in this Treaty of Accession, only foreign affairs and military should be taken by Indian government. Internal administration will be taken care by Hari Singh only. For example, Hyderabad, Junagadh and Kerala completely given to India. Complete part of India only. But Kashmir is not like that. In the Treaty of Accession, write down the Treaty of Accession. In the Treaty of Accession, India is given to maintain the military and foreign affairs. To maintain the military and foreign affairs. To maintain the military and foreign affairs. Whereas, internal administration rested with the King of Kashmir. But recently it is changing. Recently, Indian government made constitutional amendments. Write down. Recently, Government of India made, not Government of India, Parliament actually. Recently, Parliament made constitutional amendment and took the complete control over Jammu Kashmir. Okay. Friends, do you know what happened at the time? At the time, Pakistan did not agree with this. See, Kashmir king gave it to India. His wish, right? But Pakistan did not want that. So do you know what? Now Pakistan officially cannot attack India because the king of Kashmir signed treaty with Indian government. Can Pakistan officially attack India? They cannot. Treaty is signed. So Pakistan has sent Pathans. At that time, Pakistan army only entered India, but not like army. They attacked like as if some normal people who want Kashmir. It is like Pakistan has showcased it, right? Some people of Kashmir, the point is some people of Kashmir do not agree with the treaty accession. They do not want Kashmir to be given to India. They want Kashmir to be an independent state. That's why they attacked Kashmir. That is the idea basically. But that's not truth. The truth is Pakistan attacked it. They want Kashmir. Okay. So they were not dressed in the Pakistan army dress. They were in dress of Pathans. Normal Pathans attacked Kashmir. There is winter season. And they attacked and almost came till here. See, they came till here. Till here they came. From there still they are coming. Actually, they came till here. And the Indian army, under the leadership of Nehru, Indian army attacked them and pushed them. Actually, they came till here, friends. Army pushed them till here. See, army pushed them till here. Pushed them. Now still we have to push. But while pushing, Indian army should go into this place. And this place in the winter season is full of snow, avalanche, mountain, hill terrain. So if Indian army still pushes them, it leads to death of the Pathans and also death of Indian army. And Nehru, see at that time, if Sardar, this is just assumption. I'm not passing a blank statement. I'm just telling an assumption. Instead of Nehru, if Sardar Patel was Prime Minister of India, he actually might have pushed them out of the Kashmir, completely pushed out of Kashmir, because Patel has that kind of nature. But Nehru is different. Nehru is a internationalist. We should not criticize Nehru also, because Nehru is also a great leader. But Nehru, what he has done, after pushing them till here, he went to United Nations. He said, he asked United Nations, because Nehru believed in the international diplomacy. He believed, let's say both fight. You go to an elderly man, elderly woman, right? Padman Center for settlement, right? When they go to settlement, what do you think? You will believe that that particular elderly person, Padmanshi, will use settlement in such a way which is as per the rules and regulations and justice. You think like that, right? Similar, Nehru thought that if you go to United Nations, they will give good judgment. But United Nations is completely against India. You know why? United Nations is controlled by whom? USA. And India created non-alignment movement. You should I will not spend time on that, but you should know that at that time, in 1940s, Cold War was going. After the Second World War, Cold War was going with USA and Russia. USSR. Russia was not there, USSR. USA. Countries should either join USA or join us. They have to join, no other option. But India said that no, we will not join USA, we will not join USSR. We will be an independent country called non-alignment. We won't align with USA, we won't align with USSR. Non-alignment. Because of India, many countries came to this group to create non-alignment. That's why USA hates India. But Pakistan joined the USA. The USA group, Pakistan joined at the time, indirectly. So when they went to the United Nations said that, okay, you have pushed them till here now. Below them belongs to India, above them belongs to Pakistan. It's called as line of line of control. See, this is called line of control. And this part is also line of control only, but now after China took it, it's called line of actual control. You can write down line of control, line of actual control. You can write down. Line of control and line of control and actual control are ceasefire. Friends, ceasefire means cease, stop, fire, cease, fire, stop the fire. When two parties are fighting, United Nations asks them to cease, stop the fire. This is a line. That line, that's what belongs to you. Now you both should not fight. That's called ceasefire agreement. As per the United Nations, you can write down, as per the United Nations ceasefire agreement. As per the United Nations ceasefire agreement in 1947. United Nations ceasefire agreement. Line of control and line of actual control were created between India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan. Full stop. This is not accepted by both India and Pakistan. This is not accepted by both India and Pakistan. Hence, the border dispute is unresolved. Friends, I told it in a very simple way, but it's more complicated actually, but that's not required for us. I told it in a very simple language. Okay, in order to go into depth of exact line, what happened, all these things. The point is, India did not agree with it, but India stopped fighting. After Padman settlement, you should not again fight. That's why after United Nations did settlement, India should not fight again. If India fights again, it gives a bad image to India, internationally bad image to India. Once you go to court or somebody, if they give a judgment, they follow it. Okay. Now, but India today also claims that this part belongs to India only. India did not agree with the line of control. Pakistan don't agree. Pakistan says that this part also belongs to Pakistan. Entire Kashmir belongs to Pakistan. So this dispute is still pending. Still pending, okay?
Sir, why Pakistan is so obsessed with that part?
Pakistan, because it's a Muslim-dominated state, no, and also Kashmir is a very good tourist place, no. It has good resources, and it will increase the Pakistan's land bank, and also with this, Pakistan can become border to China directly. It will become close to China directly, and also it will reduce the power of India. Many reasons are there. Okay, so you understood. It's a good question actually. I told 5 reasons, no? These 5 are the reasons actually. Okay. Now, friend, see. This is the first border dispute, okay? Second border dispute in Pakistan. Second border dispute is, have you heard of Kargil War? Do you know Siachen Glacier? Siachen Glacier, above ground level position, write down. On the west side of the Siachen Glacier, on the western Siachen Glacier, above ground level position is another agreement between India and Pakistan. Above ground level position is above agreement, is another agreement between India and Pakistan. After the Kargil War, above ground level means for a mountain, the peak of the from the peak of the mountain, this belongs to India, that side belongs to Pakistan. Like that, they made agreements. You know why? India occupied the peak, Siachen peak. Now India is the peak, top. Below it belongs to Pakistan. So what happens? Pakistan can never attack India. Always remember, in the fight, those who are on top can win easily. Those who are at the bottom, difficult to win. That's why India has taken the above ground position. And now India is still controlling it. Do you know Indian army still, every day Indian army will be there. And they cannot stay there for more than 3-4 hours. A helicopter goes there, drops the army, they stay there for 4 hours. After helicopter comes, picks them up, drops another army, another set of people. Because nobody can stay there more than 4 hours. Extremely chilling, very cold. Minus 40, minus 50 degrees centigrade. They cannot stay long. Understand? But we are doing that actually, still, to secure our borders. Because Pakistan are ready to occupy whenever they get a chance. Okay. Second, the third thing is, friends, Sir Creek Line. The third thing is Sir Creek Line. I am telling about various border disputes. One is Siachen Glacier, AGPL, and there is line of actual control between Gilgit-Baltistan, Azad Kashmir. I told about those things. You should write those things. That side. This is called, India calls it as Pakistan occupied Kashmir. The name is also, India says that the northern side of line of control belongs to India only, but Pakistan occupied it. That's why it's called as Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Okay. Now, what is Sir Creek Line? Sir Creek Line means, you know, if you go to Gulf of Kutch, this is Gulf of Kutch. It has a lot of salt flats, lot of salt land. Directly ocean will not start, salt land with the Gulf of Kutch. This salt land, this is Pakistan now. This is Pakistan, is India now. Pakistan is claiming the salt flats. India also claims the salt flats. So there was a judgment from International Tribunal. International Tribunal gave 10% salt flats to Pakistan. Settlement is over. Now there is no dispute. There is acceptable by both the parties. Write down. Along the Sir Creek line, Sir Creek means he was a Britisher, friends. When British ruled India, a person called Creek. His name is Sir Creek. Okay. So along the Sir Creek line, there is a border dispute between India and Pakistan. There is a border dispute between India and Pakistan, which was resolved by International Tribunal. By giving 10% of salt flats, along Gulf of Kutch, to Pakistan. Did you write that Aksai Chin was sold by China, sold Pakistan to China? You wrote that Aksai Chin was sold by Pakistan to China. You right that Aksai Chin was given by Pakistan to China, and China started building infrastructure, roads and rails there. Okay. Another border dispute between India and Pakistan is for Indus water. You know Indus River? Friends, Indus River has many tributaries. Is Indian geography for you? In the Indian drainage system, you might have studied about Sutlej, Jhelum, Ravi, Bias. You know those rivers, no? They're all tributaries of Indus River. Indus River. So the Indus River, the Indus River goes like this, Indus River, okay? So if India constructs dams along the rivers, then water cannot go to Pakistan. India can stop all the water now. That's why an agreement was made under the guidance of United Nations. It's called, very good, Indus Water Treaty. Indus Water Treaty. Read about that. It comes in the international relations. 1965 Indus Water Treaty. 1960 Indus Water Treaty. Indus Water Treaty 1960. This is also a very important agreement. Mains question has come on this few years ago, because few years ago this treaty was revived, relooked at, and Pakistan complained that India is going against the treaty and India is building dams. India is not doing it actually, but they complained like that, because of which it came in the newspaper, because of which it came in the UPSC examination. Indus Water Treaty 1960. Okay, hear about that. This is another dispute. As I settled, it's not dispute. Indus Water Treaty was signed by both countries. Friends, line of control, though it was signed, not accepted. Sar Creek line dispute resolved by international tribunal. Indus Water Treaty was resolved only. India is following the rules, the treaty, but Pakistan complains about it. That's all. Okay. So we discussed. I told about global position. This is all. The sign global position after Kargil War. India won the Kargil War, occupied Siachen Glacier. These four things are enough for India-Pakistan border. Okay. Now, friends, let us go to India-China border. China border now. India, China, okay. This side, Ladakh and Uttarakhand, this side, is called Western border. This side is Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim also, Sikkim, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh. In your eastern border. Now, friends, China claims that Ladakh, actually, see, it's like this, okay. This part is already taken by China, called Aksai Chin, are taken. Of course, belongs to India only, but they are controlling it. Whereas, friends, this part also they want to take. Here the problem is line of actual control. So you can write that along the Ladakh, there are continuous skirmishes. Skirmishes means chinna chinna godavu. Skirmish, chinna chinna godavu. Okay. Along the line of actual control, there are skirmishes between Indian Army and Chinese Army. In Ladakh, what I said just now? Along line of actual control between India and China Army. Full stop. China claims a part of Ladakh. Write down. China claims a part of Ladakh. And India claims the entire Aksai Chin. Full stop. Both countries have Border Peace and Tranquility Agreement in 1993. Both countries have Border Peace and Tranquility Agreements. Tranquility, Peace and Tranquility Agreements. Both countries have 1993. As per this agreement, they should not fight along the borders. They can only secure their borders, look after their borders, and if there is any problem, they have to sit down and discuss, but they should not fight. In 1996, both the countries signed confidence building measures. Write down. In 1996, both armies, not countries actually, in 1996, both the armies have signed confidence building measures, as per which they should discuss and negotiate rather than going for war. As per which they should sit and negotiate rather than going for war. If there is any problem. If there is any problem. అంటే చిన్న చిన్న గొడవలు ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే మీ ఇంటికి పక్కన గొడవలు ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, దాన్ని మీలో మీరే సాల్వ్ చేసుకుంటున్న బెస్ట్. కోర్టుకి వెళ్ళడం కన్నా పెద్ద సేమ్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ రిలేషన్స్, సేమ్ థింగ్. International relations also, if there are conflicts between two countries, it's always better if both countries sit down, discuss, negotiate, and close the matter, instead of going to the international court or whatever. International court you can go when one country is completely exploiting another country. If one country is completely exploiting, dominating, forcing, then you have to go to courts. Okay? When there is slight disturbance, better not to go to courts and United Nations. That's the idea. Pakistan's example taught India that they should not go to United Nations. Better sit down and discuss. Okay? Now, friends, now I discussed about the western border, line of actual control discussed. Here the terms are line of actual control, Gilgit-Baltistan, Ladakh are the words you have to use, these words. And you should also tell 1962 war. You should also tell about 1962 war. During this war, China attacked India along Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh, both. At a time they attacked. Army, Ladakh and Arunachal, both attacked. Arunachal Pradesh, actually in both places, India is able to successfully push them out. India was successfully able to push them out in both the places. Okay. There was a temple to one soldier also. We go for one soldier who actually fought with hundreds of Chinese army, pushed them. His statue and temple will be there if you go to the border. Okay. Now, friends, coming to Arunachal Pradesh, this is a very different kind of history is there. Observe carefully. Friends, in 1914, there was Shimla Agreement. Shimla is a place in Himachal Pradesh. Do you know Shimla was also called as summer capital of India? Actually, Britishers are from UK. UK, European country, has cold climate. India has a hot climate. The Viceroy of India, Viceroy means the British head of India, Viceroy of India has to stay in the capital. But in summer season, Delhi is very hot and Europeans cannot stay there. So they used to go to Shimla. They made Shimla as the summer capital of India. So India used to have Delhi and Shimla, two capitals. Anyhow, that's why any agreements, if the agreement is made in summer, it's in Shimla agreement. We made winter Delhi agreement, like that, okay? Anyhow, don't read all these things, just I'm telling you. Now, friends, so in 1914, what happened, at that time, British government was ruling India. So this part is in control of whom? British government, British India. Whereas this part is Tibet. Entire Tibet, ruled by a king, Tibet king. There was no China at that time. China was there, but Tibet was not part of China. Tibet was separate kingdom at that time. So the Indian Viceroy, you read modern history, Viceroy, Governor General Viceroy. He sat with Tibet king. They both discussed it. In 1914 in Shimla, they both made agreements. According to the agreement, they have clearly demarcated. See, this line is there, no? See, this line is there, no? This line was drawn by British based on agreements. The line was drawn by a British surveyor. Actually, surveyors draw the line, no? His name is Lord Sir Creek, McMahon. McMahon. That's why it's called McMahon line. Write down. Write down. McMahon line was drawn. McMahon line was drawn. McMahon line was drawn by British along the border of Tibet and Arunachal Pradesh. Along the border of Tibet and Arunachal Pradesh. Based on the 1914 Shimla Agreement. 1914 Shimla Agreement between the King of Tibet and British Government of India. Between King of Tibet and British Government of India. Full stop. But as soon as China occupied Tibet, they disagreed with the Shimla Agreement. Full stop. Full stop. China claims entire Arunachal Pradesh. And they call Tawang as Little Tibet. Friends, Tawang is a place in Arunachal Pradesh. It's a border place in Arunachal Pradesh. It's called a Little Tibet. You understand what I said? Entire Kashmir, who is claiming? Pakistan. They say Kashmir belongs to Pakistan. Entire Arunachal Pradesh, who is claiming? China Pradesh. Okay. So here, tell me why China disagreed with Shimla Agreement. Why? Because agreement was signed by King of Tibet. The King of Tibet is not accepted as the sole authority by China. China feels that Tibet King is not authority. How can he sign agreements? It will not accept the agreements. Tibet belongs to China. That is their stand. Understand? So, friend, in 1962 war, the attack was also. Have you heard in current affairs? Have you studied about stapled visas? Anybody? Have you read this word? Stapled visas. If any person from Arunachal Pradesh has to go to China, he no need to take visa. Because China feels that Arunachal people belong to China only. They are Chinese only. That's why they use stapled visas, a different kind of visa. And India was angry on that. That issue happened actually. It came in the newspapers also. It's very hot issue, okay? Anyhow, friends, I discussed about India-China border disputes, the historical reasons and present dispute. I think you have got a picture, right? Pakistan border dispute is over. China border dispute is over. These two are important. Remaining are not very important, but I'll tell quickly. I'll tell about Bangladesh. Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura are the northeastern states. They are called 7 sister states. Here, Bangladesh is bordering with West Bengal, Meghalaya, Assam also. Actually, Assam is still here. West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram are the borders of Bangladesh. Friends, there are only 2 border issues. Both are solved. Right now, there is no border issue. One border issue is on island. There is an island here actually, for which India and Bangladesh fought. But finally, India gave those islands to Bangladesh. So the issue is solved. No discuss about them. Actually, they are called as Moor Island. Moor Island. Not required. Okay. Second issue is between between West Bengal and Bangladesh, there are some enclaves. Enclaves is what you know. This belongs to Bangladesh. This belongs to India. This Bangladesh. This India. This Bangladesh. You understand? You know why it happened? In 1660, in 1660s, the king, Mughal king. Actually, Mughal king was ruling India, West Bengal. Mughal king. Bangladesh was ruled by Cooch Bihar. At the time, one state was there. Cooch Bihar. You learn it in history. Cooch Bihar king and Mughal kings used to play Jodho. What do you call Jodho as? What? Some games. In those games, if he wins, he used to give this land to them. If he wins, he used to give this land to him. Like that, they exchanged the land. And that dispute was there very long time. Understand? That's this side of land belongs to see. This is a border, India border. This side belongs to India, this side to Bangladesh. They are called enclaves. Enclaves. What is enclave? You know, enclave means territory of India lying in Bangladesh. Territory of Bangladesh lying in India, called enclaves. So in 2013, when Manmohan Singh was Prime Minister of India, 2013, that issue was solved. They clearly exchanged the things and clearly closed the border. It's called 2013. You can write down 2013 Land Border Agreement. 2013 Land Border Agreement between India and Bangladesh. 2013 Land Border Agreement between India and Bangladesh solved the problem of enclaves. Solved the problem of enclaves. Even Teesta River flowing from India to West Bengal, from Bangladesh. The agreement at the time, Manmohan Singh could not finalize. You know why? Mamata Banerjee did not accept. Mamata Banerjee did not agree with it. So it was delayed. Teesta River Agreement, write down. Teesta River Agreement between India and Bangladesh was delayed because of unacceptance by the state of West Bengal. Inacceptance by state of West Bengal. Also, read the Farakka barrage. Farakka barrage issue. Read about this. It's an interesting issue. Farakka barrage issue between India and Bangladesh. Write down, read about it after going home. Okay. That's for Bangladesh. So Myanmar also, all problems are solved. Myanmar also, there were some small border dispute was there, islands. But India gave the islands to Myanmar. They went to court. It's called International Court of Justice. International Court of Justice. Both India and went to the court. Court gave the ruling in favor of Myanmar only. They gave islands to Myanmar, and India also accepted it. See, to maintain good relations with the neighbors, sometimes you have to compromise. You have to give some of it to them. Similarly, Sri Lanka, you know what about Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka, actually, if I draw the southern part of India, say this part of India, here is Sri Lanka, no? Sri Lanka, okay? Here is an island called as Kachativu Island. Kachativu. When Indira Gandhi was Prime Minister of India, she gave island to Sri Lanka without doing any constitutional amendments. She did not do any constitutional amendment. Without amendment, she gave it to Sri Lanka. That's why today also, many politicians criticize Indira Gandhi, particularly Tamilians. You know why? This island is very important for Tamil Nadu fishermen. Tamil Nadu fishermen, when they go for fishing, they have to dry the nets. Nets have to dry the nets. You dry in the island only. They use the island. And Indira Gandhi, Honorable Prime Minister of India, gave it to Sri Lanka. But it's solved. It's all given. It's over. Okay. Like that, friends, with Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, with Maldives also. Maldives also, there are small islands disputed with India and Maldives. India gave them to Maldives, closed. So Maldives, generally India is a large country, no? They are small countries, no? Small territories they can give to. There is a greatness of India. China does not do that. China wants to have all the islands. China does not give anything to anybody. India is opposite. India compromises and gives generally. So this is a border disputes. Okay, you have to remember only Pakistan, Pakistan, China. Remaining are not very important also. Now, friends, now let's go to discuss about northeastern insurgency. I should still discuss about border development. I should still discuss about terrorism is over for terrorism. Terrorism, I think, is over for, Okay. I should still discuss about the drug trafficking. This should discuss. I'll come to later. First, I'll finish the means in the border only. I should discuss about the border developments. But I first discuss all insurgency. Then I'll go there. Okay. Drug trafficking also in the border. Now, friends, Northeast India is the hotspot of entire South Asia. In entire South Asia, Northeast India is hotspot. There are many armed groups. First of all, what insurgency? I think I told you yesterday, no? Insurgency means fighting against the government. Insurgent group means, you can write down, insurgent group is an armed group that fights against the government. Insurgent group is an armed group that fights against the government. You should know the meaning of insurgency. For example, terrorist. Who is terrorist? See, for example, Bhagat Singh is called as terrorist by whom? British. Do you know in the modern Indian history, in the independence of India, Bhagat Singh comes under revolutionary terrorists. For example, UPSC mains, when question was asked about the revolutionary terrorists like Bhagat Singh, question was asked. At the time, many political parties actually criticized UPSC. How can UPSC call Bhagat Singh as terrorist? But the point is, friends, UPSC is not calling him like that. In the modern India, independence struggle, British has named him like that. It's a British name. So revolutionary terrorist is not India's name. British has named him like that. That's why the question came. India is not calling him. So terrorist means anyone, write down. Terrorist means anyone who terrorizes to achieve his goal. Who terrorizes to achieve his goal. Example, by bomb blast or violence. By bomb blast or any kind of violence. You understand? Terrorists very simple. For example, you can write down Naxalites are terrorists. As per the government of India, Naxalite terrorists only. But if you call Naxalite terrorists, certain communist party people will not like you. They say, how can you call them terrorists? Because Naxalites are working for development of India. I mean, according to some parties, Naxalites are working for development of India. So some people think that terrorist means somebody who comes from Pakistan and kills and goes. That's wrong idea. Terrorist means anyone who terrorizes. Even northeast insurgents are terrorists only. If they are causing terror by bomb blast or violence, they are called terrorists only. Naxalites are called terrorists only. So the words means different. Okay. Similarly, friends, I told you yesterday. I told you about extremist. Extremist means anybody who is fundamentalist. Okay. Anyhow, let's move here now. Let's talk about the northeastern insurgent. Insurgent means who fights against the government. Insurgent. Okay. Naxalites are also? Yeah, you can call them insurgent. Okay. First now, Northeast India has only Northeast India has more than 50 armed insurgent groups. Only Northeast India has more than 50 armed insurgent groups. Armed insurgent groups. And hence it is a hotspot of the South Asia. And hence it is a hotspot of South Asia. Hotspot, South Asia. Now tell me some insurgent groups of Northeast. Anybody? Anybody? Friends, for example, take Assam. Take Assam, okay? In Assam, have you heard about ULFA? United, head on. United Liberation Front of Assam. Every name will be simple. Liberation Front of Assam, Liberation Front of Manipur. Same names will be there. United Liberation Front of Assam, formed by Anup Chetia. Anup Chetia, with the aim of creating Assam country. With the aim of creating an independent Assam nation. Then we have Kamatpur, write down, Kamatpur. Kamatpur Liberation Front. Liberation means freedom, independence, liberation. Means they don't want to be part of India. They don't want to be ruled by anybody. They want to have their own ruling. See friends, Telangana separating from Andhra Pradesh is not liberation. It is separation. They want to develop as a state, they want to develop, which is a good thought, which is a good idea. But liberation is different. Liberation means they want to separate from India only. They don't want a part of India. Liberation, separate from India, form their own country. That is bad. Okay. So, Kamatpur Liberation Front. Kamatpur Liberation Front is another organization. I'm telling you different insurgent groups in Northeast India. One group is ULFA, for Anup Chetia. Anup Chetia, do you know where he used to stay? In Bangladesh. If he stays in India, they'll catch him now. Bangladesh. And finally, Bangladesh government extradited him. Do you know the meaning of extradition, friend? Extradition. Are you reading the current affairs recently? Who is Sahur Rana? Yes, he was the mastermind of 2008 India attack. Recently, he was extradited from USA to India. Who is Nero Modi? Who is Nero Modi and who is Mehul Choksi? Are you reading current affairs, friends? Recently, yesterday only, last 1 week, current affairs. Yes, Nero Modi and Mehul Choksi have done fraud in the Punjab National Bank of around 30,000 crores and they escaped. Nero Modi went to UK, Mehul Choksi went to other country, but he's in Belgium. He was found in Belgium. Okay, so both of them were arrested by those countries. Nero Modi arrested by UK, Mehul Choksi arrested by Belgium. They're kept in custody. Nero Modi arrested 5 years ago only. Mehul Choksi recently arrested. And India is asking for extradition. Extradition means send them to our country because he has done a crime in our country. And our courts will do the proceedings and they will punish them. I think they will send out some years. It's a long, legal, complicated process. It depends on many agreements and laws of their countries. Anyhow, leave all those things. And the point is, Anup Chetia was extradited from Bangladesh to India. Okay. Then Kamatpur. Do you know what is Kamatpur? Kamatpur means there is one language called Kamatpuri language. This language is spoken in some parts of Assam. I think not is other no? Here. Some parts of Assam, some parts of West Bengal, some parts of Nepal, some parts of Sikkim, some parts of Meghalaya, like that. It's called Kamatpuri language. Okay? So they want to create a country, Kamatpuri country. Their country will have some part of Nepal, some part of Sikkim, some part of Assam, they want to create their own country. For that, they're fighting with arms, called Kamatpur Liberation Front. Understand? Then Karbi, another front is Karbi Liberation Front. Actually, Karbi Anglong is a small part in Assam. In Assam, there's a part called Karbi Anglong here. I think somewhere here, Karbi Anglong. Now they want their own country. Everybody wants their own country. See, okay. Now, friends, it's Assam. Similarly, Nagaland. You know Nagaland? Nagaland want their own country. Their country, you know what? You know how they want? Their country is called as They already named their country also. The country is Greater Nagalim. Greater Nagalim means, see, Kamatpuri is based on language. Assam is based on language. Assam is language. But Nagalim is not this language. Nagalim is based on the ethnicity, Nagas. See, Mizos are one ethnicity, not language. One ethnicity. Ethnicity means one kind of physical features. Ethnicity, one kind of race. Mizos, similar Nagas. All Nagas don't speak same language. Nagas means many tribes will be there. Many tribes, many languages. It's based on the ethnicity. And Nagas are not there only in Nagaland. Some Nagas are in Manipur. Some Nagas are in Assam. Some Nagas are in Myanmar also, Myanmar. So they want to combine all these and form a big, great country called as Greater Nagalim. For that country they are fighting. So write down. Nagas want to carve out. Nagas want to carve out a country, Greater Nagalim. Nagas want to carve out a country, Greater Nagalim, from some parts of India and Myanmar. Some parts of India and Myanmar. Full stop. There are two insurgent groups regarding this. There are two insurgent groups regarding this. Two insurgent groups, okay? One is and other is, actually it is National, write down, National Socialist Council of Nagaland. National Socialist Council of Nagaland. Leader is Isaac Movia. The leader is Isaac Movia. Another body is NSCN Kaplang. K means Kaplang. He is another leader. There are two leaders. Their both ideas are different. Idea is same. They want to create a country only. But idea is different. So they create separate bodies. And Isaac Movia group is okay. Indian government made agreement with them. You can write down. Indian government made agreement with Isaac Movia. Agreement to stop their violent activities. We made agreement. And they stopped also. They stopped violent activities. But Kaplang is still terrorizing. And write down. And they are operating from Myanmar. Because border country now. They stay in Myanmar. For Wolfa leader stayed in Bangladesh. Wolfa leaders. NSC leader stayed in Myanmar. Naxalite leaders stay in China. You understand? Dawood stays in Pakistan or Dubai. Basically, these leaders of organizations, they never stay in India. They'll be caught. These are other countries. So, NSC and Kaplang, he stays in Myanmar. The group stays in Myanmar. From there, they operate. For one night, they'll come attack all the police. They go back to Myanmar. Again, after 1 moment, they'll come attack and they'll go back. Then you may get a doubt. Why Myanmar is accepting it? Because Myanmar does not have enough police to control that. That's why, do you know what Myanmar has done? Myanmar made agreement with them that you do whatever you want, but don't hurt our people. Kaplan said that, no, don't worry, you will attack India and come back, we will not attack your country. Agreement they made, Kaplan. They have agreed with Myanmar. Write down, they have hideouts, write down. They have hideouts and training in Myanmar. They have hideouts and training in Myanmar. They are trained, no? They have hideouts and training in Myanmar. Training means they have to train their soldiers, no? Soldiers of the terrorists of NSC and Kaplang. So training activities, hideouts means where they secretly stay. Everything is in Myanmar only. Okay. Indian government is requesting Myanmar, but Myanmar has no option. Myanmar does not, because Myanmar is full of forest. Actually, this border of India, no? This Nagaland is there, no? Myanmar full of forest. The border is forest and river. Difficult for police to go there and do the combing operation. Combing is what? Searching. Combing operations. Okay, police cannot do. But do you think Myanmar allow Indian police to go into Myanmar and such? They cannot. We cannot allow other country police to come into our country search for the criminals. We cannot do that. That's why they cannot do anything. That's a problem. Okay. Then friends, in Arunachal Pradesh, there is Arunachal Dragon Force. Write down. It's also insurgency group. They want separate country, Arunachal Pradesh country. Write down. Arunachal Dragon Force is insurgent group in Arunachal Pradesh who are supplied with weapons by China, who are given weapons and training and funds by China, Probably, right? Probably, because you should not directly. Probably, there is no guarantee. Probably, we should never say anything without proof. So probably not right. Okay. So, friends, and then right, Mizoram. Mizoram also has a body, but these are not powerful bodies. It's called Mizoram Liberation Front. Write down. Mizoram Liberation Front, comma Manipur Liberation Front, comma Meghalaya Liberation Front, etc. Are the other insurgent groups. Other insurgent groups, okay? Friends, the topic is Northeastern insurgency groups. I am telling you the states of Northeast India, what are the insurgent groups, where they're getting support from, and what do they want. We discuss all these things. Okay. So that's all about the Northeastern insurgency. Now, friends, let us go to Border Area Development Program. Next topic is Border Area Development Program. Border. See, I told you in yesterday's Naxalism class, I told you that to reduce Naxalism, what government has to do? Do development in those areas. So why development is required? So that people will not support Naxalites. If people are not support Naxalites, automatically Naxalites will be gone. Similarly, in the border area, these insurgents, do you know why they became powerful? Because of support of local, write down. Insurgent groups can be eliminated. The insurgent groups along the border can be eliminated if the support of local people is withdrawn. If the support of local people is withdrawn. Full stop. Full stop. This can be done by developing the border areas. That is 98 districts in 17 states. Almost the land border of India, 17 states are there. In those states, entire state is not the border, no. One side of the state is the border. Almost 98 districts. Full stop. Hence, border area development program is done in these districts. Border area development program is done in districts. Under the aegis, aegis means the supervision, control. Under the aegis of Department of Border Management. which comes under Ministry of Home Affairs. Under the aegis of Department of Border Management, which comes under Ministry of Home Affairs. Various activities done under BADPR. Various activities done under BADPR. Under BADPR. Tell me, friends. Tell me which activities. Tell me which activities. One is infrastructure development. What is infrastructure development? Construction of roads, railways, power plants, water harvesting structures. You can write down. Huh? Yes, hospitals. Actually, friends, infrastructure can be divided into physical infrastructure and social infrastructure. Physical, social, or maybe economic and social. Social infrastructure means schools, hospitals, old age homes, comes under social infrastructure. Physical or economic infrastructure is road, railway, power plant, water harvest structures, irrigation facilities, cold storage. You know cold storage? For farmers, cold storage. So all these things are developed in the border areas.
Communication system.
Very good. Communication system. We call them as connectivity. As I told you, no. Connectivity infrastructure. Connectivity means the power supply, communication lines, water supply, connectivity. This border area development program has many components. This is some of the components, okay? Developments, okay? Then, very good. Providing good governance, very good. Because generally what happens is, in the border areas, my friends, administration generally is not proper. Administration. That is why these people support the insurgency groups. These people support because they, as I told you, these people feel that government of India is not supporting them, not helping them, not developing them. That's why they want to have a separate country. If government of India is giving them good governance, good education, good health services, and if they are giving good employment, and helping in agriculture, helping in industries, helping in education, healthcare, providing them with skill development, giving them skill development. The government is doing all these things. They feel as Indian government helping us, so let us not try to form a separate country. So they will stop supporting the insurgency groups.
Why government is not doing it?
Difficult. Funds are not there, no? Difficult. Okay. So now, government is now focusing on it. Because of insurgency groups, government is now focusing. It's allocating funds in the border area. Under the border area development program, government is pumping funds in the border area to provide all these facilities.
So insurgency is good.
I don't understand. Why?
So insurgency is good.
Why?
What is pushing the government for development?
But insurgency is bad. You have to push for development without violence. With violence, you cannot push. Okay, friends, now see. Now, without violence is good. If you are asking the government to develop the facilities, infrastructure, good governance, education, skills, employment, water, fish, agriculture, industries, without revolution, without violence, you have to ask all these things. Okay. Now, then tell me, other thing, border area development means not only these things, not only development of people, but also development of security. So, development of security infrastructure. Friends, what is security infrastructure, friends? Helipads. Helipads, so that if at all the insurgency, police can easily come to helicopters and attack the insurgents. Helipads. Fortified police stations. And security personnel. Training of security personnel. Training of security personnel. You have trained. See, the border development program also implies training of security personnel, and also mobilization of the security forces. Regarding mobilization, I want to give a good example to you. Write down. Security infrastructure means mobilization. Many things are written. For example, security infrastructure means many points you can write. Radar systems, surveillance systems. Surveillance means surveillance తెలుగులో ఏమంటారంటే నిఘా surveillance నిఘా అంటే who is coming through border, who is going from border, having that surveillance, use technology. Surveillance systems, radar systems, then for example, handheld metal detectors, handheld laser systems or light systems, or night vision goggles. Some sets now you can see the night time also, you can see who's going. Night vision goggles. Using drones. I mean, basically security infrastructure or laser walls. Laser wall means not only the fencing, means laser walls will not allow the people to cross the border with a permission. Illegal immigration can be stopped through laser walls. Okay, laser walls. So I'm just telling you single point only. Actually, all these are single point. The single point is security infrastructure is also important. The point I'm telling is border area development program means not just developing the people, but also developing the security. So write down this point. You should write down. You write down about the good governance. Somebody said it's very good. Security infrastructure also write these points and read all these points. Actually, in the mains answer writing, more and more points you write, you get more marks in mains answer writing. That's why notes is very important for mains. This is a mains topic, infra-security. Okay, mains topic. So yeah, write all these things. Regarding the mobilization of security, mobilization, I'll tell you what means mobilization. Mobilization means, for example, suddenly 1,000 insurgents have come to a place attacking people. Immediately the security has to mobilize, go there on the jeeps, helicopters, vans, whatever. So roads should be roads, power roads. Quick mobilization. For that you should have a plan. Suddenly, alert, we call it as alerting system. If they alert in the point XYZ, there are 1,000 insurgents attack. Suddenly from all directions, the security person, BSF, they come immediately through the helicopters, fans. Suddenly they have to come and attack. This should not take much time. But India generally takes much time, but this should not take much time. Okay. You might have heard, friends, about, you can write down about this, 2000 parliament attack, In 2001, some terrorists from Pakistan entered into India. They attacked the Parliament of India. In KGF movie also they showed, but KGF movie not terrorist movie. In KGF movie also some criminals come and attack the Parliament directly, where Prime Minister of India sits. But there they enter into the Parliament, they kill the minister also, which according to me is almost impossible. But in the movie they show everything. So similarly, in 2001, some terrorists enter into India, but they could not enter into Parliament. In the main gate only, they were killed, they were shot dead. But at the time, attacking Parliament is almost like the maximum attack anybody can do, because Parliament is a place where Prime Minister, ministers, all MPs will be there. No, they are the leaders of Indian democracy, of entire India. If they attack Parliament, is the most dangerous. Have you seen the movie? This English movie, V for Vendetta. English movie. There they attack the Parliament only. The British Parliament, British or American Parliament, I think. They are a Parliament only. Attacking the Parliament is the highest thing a terrorist can do. Okay. Now, friends, after the attack, India has to immediately attack Pakistan. No, we cannot just stop it there. So India immediately tried to mobilize the soldiers along the border. Parliament is in Delhi. Terrorists came to Delhi attacked, but India immediately considered as a war. So immediately we want to mobilize our army. But do you know, we took 3 weeks to mobilize. We took 3 weeks to mobilize the army to borders. Because in those, actually it's called as Operation Parakram. You can write down, after the 2001 Parliament attack, India took almost 3 weeks to mobilize. The military to the border under Operation Parakram, based on Sundarji doctrine. Because of this failure, India changed the strategy to cold start doctrine. Because of this, India changed the strategy to cold start doctrine. Understand? About this, it takes time. You do one thing, you read by yourself. Because just I'm telling you example of mobilization. Cold start doctrine is very interesting doctrine. Read about it in Google. Okay. Now, friends, going back to border A development. Yeah, I discussed about the border development plan. It's also something like integrated action plan. I told yesterday, right? Naxalism, just like integrated action plan. Here, border area development program. There, 106 districts. Here, 98 districts. But idea is same. Yesterday's notes, today's notes, idea is same. Development. Actually, what happens is, you can write down in the border development program, these central schemes and the state schemes are integrated and completely funded by central government. The central policies and state policies are integrated and completely funded by the central government. 100% funding by central government, because borders are important for India. Friend, let us discuss about other activities of this Department of Border Management. Department of Border Management also takes care of Land Ports Authority of India. Land Ports Authority of India. Now, what is Land Authority of India? Do you know Airport Authority of India, friends? Airport Authority of India is a statutory body which maintains all airports operations. It maintains from the government of India. Similarly, Land Port Authority of India is also a statutory body. Land Port Authority of India is also a statutory body that constructs and takes care of border posts and integrated checkposts. Actually, integrated checkpost is a very interesting concept. You should know about this. In the borders, have you ever read about integrated checkpost along the borders of India? These are also called as land port. Actually, some people call this as land port. I'll discuss about this. Actually, in India, along the land border, in the ocean border, we have port. You know port, no? India has 12 major ports. And 192 minor ports. Which ports? Seaports. Do you know the activities of seaports? Have you observed seaports? In seaports, they have cargo checking, checking the trafficking, they check the drugs. They have banks, they have hotels, they have scanning machines, radars, they have security forces, they have passport facilities, they check the visas. It's complete thing. Actually, port has a lot of things. Seaport. That is through the ocean. Somebody comes to ocean. When somebody comes through land border, then For them, we have integrated check post. Integrated check post. Write down, integrated check posts are called as land ports. Are called as land ports as they are along the land border. As they are along the land border. Along land border. And they have the following facilities. They have the following facilities. They are managed by whom? Managed by LPA. They manage LPA. Thank you. Managed by Land Ports Authority of India. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of a statutory body? Very good. Act of Parliament. In the polity, you would have learned about constitutional body and statutory body. Constitutional body derives its powers from the any article of constitution. Statutory body derives powers from the act made by the parliament. Okay, now, friends, so LP is statutory body, just like Airport Authority of India. It takes care of border posts, border. See, all border checkposts are not ICPs. For example, India has many ports, but 192 ports are called as minor ports, and 12 are major ports. I'm talking about seaports. Seaports. Similarly, among all the border posts, very few are integrated checkposts. Why they are called integrated? Why they are called as integrated checkposts? Why? Integrated means what? Checkpost. Actually, checkpost means post means what? Place where they check anybody who is moving in and out. Integrated means it has many other facilities. For example, it has quarantine. Friends, what is quarantine? Quarantine means we see different kind of people from other countries. Different kind of people come. They may have infectious diseases. They may have infectious diseases. You might have seen some movie, where the China, in a movie, China tries to send a virus to India. How across the borders? They infect a person with virus, send person to India. He comes to India, spreads the virus across the India. There is a movie actually. Okay, anyhow, basically, yeah, in the border checkpost, in the checkpost, they have quarantine. They have hospitals there. They have hospitals there. They have medical checkups there, and they can isolate. They have isolation facilities. They can isolate the people having infectious diseases for some time till disease is gone, and then they'll send. For example, somebody has COVID, they'll keep them for a few weeks till COVID is completely gone. Then they'll send them. They'll not stop them. Okay, so it's called quarantine facilities. Friends, they have regulatory bodies. Many regulatory bodies will be there along the interstate coast. For example, in the regulatory bodies, SEBI, and financial regulatory bodies like Financial Intelligence Unit, to see whether any, for example, some people may bring fake currency. It's called as fiat currency. It's called as fake currency. They printed just like our some of the notes look like our note, but they're not printed by Reserve Bank of India. This is called counterfeit. You might have heard the word counterfeit. Counterfeit currency, fake currency. It should be checked by regulatory bodies there. Okay, and friends, I will continue this. Leave some space. For it. To understand this better, first you should understand what are the various things that come across the border. So leave some space. Write border security is important to curb. Border security is important to curb. What do you want to curb? What do you want to stop? You know what? Smuggling. Before discussing about the integrated check post, let us discuss what are the various things we have to stop across the border. Various things. One is smuggling. Smuggling of what? Smuggling of gold. Smuggling of goods. Smuggling of cattle. Some people bring cattle also. They smuggle the cattle and bring cattle also. Okay? It's called contraband. Counterband. Okay, smuggling, first of all. Second thing, friend, terrorists. Terrorists come through border only, how terrorists come? Through border only. They cannot jump into the sky and come to helicopter. They come border only. Terrorists. Then illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants? India is a hub of illegal immigrants. Why? People come from Pakistan, Afghanistan, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka. Everybody comes to India only. Because in their countries, there is no economic development. In their countries, there is no social safety. They come to India safely, they'll do jobs, settle in India only. One example is Rohingya Muslims. You write about Rohingya Muslims. You write about Rohingya Muslims. And we will discuss later about Rohingya Muslims. Rohingya Muslims is their current affairs. So you know Rohingya Muslims? Very good. In Myanmar, there is a state called Rakhine state. What is the state? Rakhine state. You can write this separate box. Separate box, write down, small box. In Myanmar, there is Rakhine state, in which there is a Muslim minority group called as Rohingya Muslims. Rohingya Muslims. Myanmar thinks that they illegally migrated from Bangladesh. Myanmar thinks that they illegally migrated from Bangladesh. And so they are not given citizenship. Hence, they are stateless. They are called stateless people. Stateless means they don't belong to any state. No citizenship. Hence, they are stateless. They are persecuted. They are persecuted by Buddhist majority of Myanmar. Persecuted means what? They were killed by Buddhist majority of Myanmar. Hence, they seek refuge. Hence, they come as refugees. To India, Bangladesh, and other countries. Malaysia also they go. Malaysia. They come. These Rohingya Muslims, they run away. They run away from Myanmar because they are persecuted there. They are killed there. So they run away and they come to India, Bangladesh, Malaysia. They run. And in India, they come and stay in India as refugees. So these are called illegal immigrants. They will not take passport and they will not take the visa and come. They will not take visa and come. They come illegally only through the border routes. So then, friends, the fourth thing is, weapons. Weapons come into India. Arms come into India. Drugs come into India through border. Drugs. Fake currency, counterfeit currency come into India. So all this is come through border. First, you should know this. You should know the list of things that we want to avoid coming through borders. Now let us come to the integrated check post. Integrated check post tries to control all these things. Not only these, friends, integrated check post tries to encourage the trade. For example, between neighboring countries, trade with trade and commerce. For trade and commerce, they have to do transactions now. Transaction different currencies, not same but different currencies. That's why trade. Integrated check post takes care of trade, commerce, transactions in wide variety of currencies. Write down transactions in wide variety of currency, different kinds of currencies. US dollar, the Myanmar and Pakistan, Bangladesh, different kinds of currencies. Indian rupee, gold, whatever. And they have banking. For that, they have bank facility. They have bank facility. And they have hotels. For the people to stay. And integrated check post has security personnel. Integrated check post has security features also. Security features. They have radars, They have metal detection systems, everything. All security features will be there. Security personnel, BSF or military or Assam Rifles, they will be there. Security personnel, integrated checkpost. Basically, it's integrated. Integrated means the checkpost will take care of several things. That's why I call it as integrated. Even National Investigation, NIA, NIA? National Investigation Agency, NIA. Person will be there to take care, to identify terrorists are coming. So everybody will be there in the checkpost. Okay? Okay, friends. Now, you understood about the ICPs and land border of India along the borders. And friends, I told you about the various security forces in India, no? Along with that, I want to add few special agencies. One agency is National Investigation Agency. It is formed specifically to counter terrorism, mainly for terrorism. National Investigation Agency, counterterrorism. Generally, terrorism is taken care by local police, state police, Andhra Pradesh police, Tamil Nadu police, Maharashtra police. But state police does not have enough intelligence or capacity or networking to understand that. Hence, central government appointed NIA. They come from central government. Of course, they have to collaborate and coordinate with the state. Actually, I told you in the Naxalism class also, if the state police do not coordinate with the CRPF, they cannot control Naxalism. Similarly, NIA should coordinate with state police. Friends, similarly, Government of India proposed, write down, Government of India proposed National Counter Terrorism Center to Government of India proposed National Counter Terrorism Center under Intelligence Bureau. To collect the intelligence on terrorist activities and movements in India. But this is not accepted by the state governments. But this is okay. But this is not accepted by the state governments. Why? Tell me why? Because the NCTC will try to bypass the state police. Without the knowledge of state police, they can correct because state police we cannot believe. Some of the state police may be corrupt. The SPs may be corrupt. DSs may be corrupt. So we cannot believe them completely. They are not efficient also. NCTC is a high level body. So they want to bypass the police and they want to calculate. So that's why states are not ready for it. That's all. Okay. And this is proposal, not accepted by the state governments. Okay. Friends, I will tell you about two very interesting security systems implemented by the Government of India. Very two interesting systems. One is CCTNS, other is NADGRID. This is not only for border security as well as internal security also. Internal security is Naxalites, terrorists, other kinds of organized criminals, illegal immigrants. All of these can be caught or tracked by systems. One system is CCTNS, means crime and criminal write down. CCTNS is crime and a criminal tracking network system. Crime and criminal tracking network system. Full stop. It connects, write down, it connects all the police stations in India. And digitizes FIR. Full stop. So that criminal from any part of India can be tracked. Next is NADGRID, right? NADGRID is National intelligence grid. Write down. National intelligence grid. National intelligence grid. This NAT grid, it connects several agencies like railways. It connects several agencies like railways, roadways, SEBI, police, ICPs, checkposts, ports, seaports, etc. to track any criminal. To track any criminal. Understand? For example, the criminal may go through bus stand, railway station, airport, integrated checkpost, seaports, or he may do some financial fraud, which SEBI can understand. SEBI means different agencies are combined, integrated into a single intelligence. It's called intelligence sharing. It's called seamless sharing of intelligence. Seamless. That means any crime done anywhere will be understood by all others. It's called National Intelligence Grid, NAT grid. These two things you can use in answers. Okay. Now, friends, I am moving to drug trafficking. I'm moving to drug trafficking. Do you know the drug problem is a major problem in India? Do you know? Tell me where drugs are coming from. Very good. Friends, drugs are produced. Now, see, I am discussing the border management only. But in the border management, drugs is a major topic because drugs come from the borders only. Already, you know, most of the drugs are in the world, most of the drugs are produced, leave Mexico, Africa, all things, but most of the drugs in this part of the world are produced in the Golden Triangle and Golden Crescent. For example, this is India. This is India. India. I'm trying South India only. India. This is Golden Triangle. Golden Triangle means what are the countries Golden Triangle? Eastern side of India. What are the countries? See, this is a Golden Triangle. Golden Triangle means the countries are Myanmar. Myanmar is there actually, or border country Myanmar only. Myanmar, Thailand. Friends, Thailand. Thailand was drug capital. Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. These four countries mostly. Golden Triangle means actually within three countries. Of course, three countries only, but fourth country is also there. Golden Triangle. Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam are the four countries that form the Golden Triangle where most of drugs are produced. Produced drugs. Similarly, Golden Crescent. See, Golden Crescent. Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iran. Golden Crescent. Here also most of the things are produced. Friends, drugs means what? Heroin, hashish, cocaine, marijuana. Many, actually, there are hundreds of types, not just two or three, hundreds of types are there. Or we call them drugs. Okay. Drugs and psychotropic substances. We have an act of prohibition of drugs and psychotropic substances act is there in India. Okay. Even opium also, opium. Okay. So point is, drugs, as drugs are produced in these two parts of the world, they both are close to India. So right there, first point is proximity of India to Golden Crescent and Golden Triangle. Proximity of India to Golden Crescent, Golden Triangle. Number two, India is used as a transit point for drug trafficking. India is used as a transit point for drug trafficking. Why transit point? Because drugs go through that. For example, drugs. See, actually, do you know actually what happened? Right to another point. Once upon a time, drugs which are grown in Pakistan, Afghanistan, they used to go through the Balkan route. Balkan route means if you look at the world map, Iran, Iraq, Balkan route. In that route, they used to go. But Balkan route was closed after the Iran-Iraq war. Do you know Iran-Iraq war? Anyhow, write the Iraq war, read about later. Okay. Balkan route was closed. As Balkan route was closed, now the drugs in Pakistan, Afghanistan cannot go in the direction. The other direction is India only. So they come through Pakistan, through Kashmir, through Punjab, Kashmir and Punjab. Here drugs come through Northeast India. Here from Nepal, they come to Uttar Pradesh, drugs, Uttar Pradesh. From there, it goes to ports. Which port? Mumbai port, Chennai port, Calcutta port, Kochi port. They go to the ports, drugs. From the port, they get loaded in the ships. And from the ships, they go to Europe, Africa, many other countries. That's why India became, look at this, transit point. Transit point means from India only they're going across the world. I've seen Lokesh Kanakaraj movies. All Lokesh Kanakaraj movies are drugs only, all movies. What is the movie? Kaidi. Kaidi is about drugs only. Drug trade, Kaidi. Then Vikram is also drugs only. Vikram. Leo is also drugs only. What other movies are there, Lokesh Kanakaraj? Whatever movies. See, so there they show Chennai port. From Chennai port to drugs go. Most of drugs go abroad. Okay. Anyhow, friends. So India now we have to write the reasons of why India is transit point. First reason. Write down. The insurgency groups. Write down. The insurgency groups in the Northeast India. Terrorist groups in Kashmir. Write down. Terrorist groups in Kashmir, Khalistan group in Punjab. Earn the money through drug trade. They earn them on drug trade. That's the first reason. Earn them drug trade. And this money they would use to purchase the weapons and plan attacks in India. This money they would use to purchase weapons and plan attacks in India. Understood, friends? This is the main reason. Friends, insurgency groups want money, no? See, they have to purchase guns. They have to fight with people, fight with government of India or state. Where do you get the money? They have to do some kind of business, no? What is the easiest business? Drug business. Drug business has so much money. Do you know the drug lords are the richest people in the world? The Mexican cartels, drug lords, are almost richest people in the world. In Latin America, you see a drug lord, some of them has the money which is more than 10 countries. Some of them has the money more than Bill Gates also. But you don't want to stop because illegal money. There are a lot of money. So drug trade cannot be very difficult to stop, drug trade. And because of that, do you know what is the impact on India? Drug trade? I'll tell you. For drug trade, drug comes from land, from sea, from rivers, all these routes, no? These routes are so powerful, very difficult to stop them. The same routes are used by terrorists. Same routes. Write down. The drug routes are used by organized criminals. The drug routes are used by organized criminals, terrorists, insurgents. for bringing weapons, arms, counterfeit currency, human trafficking also. Human trafficking is done. Now you have to give some examples. Let us give some examples. First example is 1993 Mumbai blast. How many of you know this? I have seen the movie Black Friday. There's a movie Black Friday. See, Hindi movie only, not English movie. Black Friday. They show very clearly. 1990 Mumbai blast. The bombs came from where? Came from the drug route only, drugs. So to Bombay, drugs come through sea route. How drugs come to Bombay? Through sea route. In the same route only they brought the bombs. Friends, the point is, I'll tell you, see, drugs, in the drug trade, police know, politicians know, everybody knows, businessmen know, they know, there is system, they're all corrupt. Police are involved in that. The port officials, port officials, police people, politicians, government officials, all of them are corrupt. Corrupt means to bring the drugs. So, and they, see, these people don't feel drugs is bad. They feel drugs is good business. And the same route, the bombs will come. So they can identify. They cannot see. Do you think the corrupt officials accept the bombs to come into India? They will not. They will not accept. Drugs they will accept. They are also corrupt. So the routes, established routes are there. In these routes only the arms, weapons, bombs, ammunition is coming. Understand? That's why nobody could stop it. That's not able to stop it. Okay. So what are routes? In these drug routes only, the arms, ammunition comes. That's how Mumbai attack happened. Mumbai attack happened that one only. Not only Mumbai attack, friend, even 2008. Actually, 1993 and 2008 means November 26th attack. That also, for this one also, the terrorists came through river. They did not come through land. They came through river to Bombay. Here also through sea. Mumbai terrorists came to sea. Not only that, even 2016 Pathankot attack. Do you know 2016 Pathankot attack, friend? You should know about it. Write down 2016 Pathankot attack in Punjab. Full dash hyphen. Write down 6 heavily armed Pakistan-based terrorists entered into Pathankot air base through water, through river route, not land route, through river they entered, river route. And they killed the Indian army, I think some 6 people are killed, 6 Indian army are killed. However, in the same year 2016, Uri attack happened, But Uri attack is through land. Where is Uri? Kashmir. Uri is in Kashmir. The attack is on the Indian Brigade headquarters. It's called Indian Brigade headquarters. On the headquarters, the attack happened in 2016. Uri attack. Uri attack movie is there now. Okay. So, friends, and 2001 Parliament attack. I told you no, Parliament 2001. These are all terrorist attacks of India. But 1993 is not terrorism. 1993 is organized crime. Dawood Ibrahim. 1993 is organized. So organized criminals are different. Terrorists are different. Okay. So organized criminals ended in Mumbai attack, but it has happened to drug route only. All these things are happening because of drug routes only. That's why drug routes are most dangerous. Okay. Now, friends, because of drugs, I told you about the border security. Other dimension is how Indians are affected by drugs. Because of transit, the access to drugs has increased. You can easily buy drugs. If you want drugs, you can go and purchase it easily. Anybody in Hyderabad, Chennai, the access is there. Though it's illegal, though you'll be imprisoned, you will be arrested immediately. Even then, drugs are easily sold across India. Because of this reason only. India is a transit point. Have you seen the movie Udta Punjab? Udta means after having drugs, you will fly in the air. Urta. Five is the main. Urta Punjab. Entire state of Punjab, entire youth became drug addicts. Entire Punjab. Compared to any other state, Punjab has highest drug addiction. Because their politicians, everybody is corrupt completely. Okay, anyhow, you can actually mention these places because of Khalistan movement. Khalistan movement, they want funds now. To drug trade only, they got the funds, Khalistan. And Khalistan terrorists have a large network in Canada also. Canada. You read about India, just write down India, Canada relations hyphen Khalistan movement. Read about that. You understand? Okay. Now, friends, let us discuss. See, I should tell you about the border security measures. Okay. In the border security measures, I already told you few aspects. I should mention two very important committees which you have to quote in the mains answer writing. One is Madhukar Gupta Committee. Madhukar Gupta Committee. Other one is Madhav Godbole Committee. Madhukar Gupta Committee is because of 2016 terror attacks. Madhav Godbole Committee is after the Kargil War. After the Kargil War. Now, this Madhukar Gupta Committee, what it said? It said that the paramilitary forces and Indian Army, should work in unison. Unison means there should be a single line of command. Right down. The paramilitary and army should work under a single line of command. So that there is better intelligence sharing and surveillance. Better intelligence sharing and surveillance. Is one thing he said. Second thing the committee said, the committee report said, the second thing they said is, write down, based on the climate and topography and terrain, topography and terrain, the border safety measures have to be customized. Third thing he said is, laser walls shall be built along the most sensitive border points. Laser wall. You read about laser wall. Laser wall completely can eliminate any kind of movement to terrorists. Laser wall. It's expensive. Hence, it has to build in very sensitive point. Entire India border cannot build laser wall. Few points which are high sensitive. Laser walls shall be built. That's all. These are three important recommendations he gave. Okay. And even Madhav Godbole also commented about how paramilitary forces and Indian Army right now they are unable to work in unison. He also said almost same points. Paramilitary and Indian Army should work in an integrated way. There should be better intelligence sharing. And he said that the porous borders, fencing has to be immediately done for the porous borders. You know what is porous border, friend? Actually, porous border means places where infiltration is easy. Porous border are the points where infiltration is easier. Infiltration. See, in some border places, there are natural barriers like mountains, rivers, oceans, natural barriers. There is easy to stop infiltration. But where there is no natural barrier, we have to build artificial barriers. Artificial, like fencing, wall, like that. Okay, so he said he actually Madhukar Gupta said that all the porous borders shall be fenced. And India has done. Actually, along the India-Pakistan border, fencing was done, completely done. Around the land, it is done. But ocean, rivers, we cannot fence now. Ocean, rivers, we cannot fence now. That's why all the attacks happened in the ocean. 26/11, Mumbai, all that happening through the rivers and oceans. Okay. Friends, let's move to coastal security now. Coastal security. I already told you about the various security forces, coastal security forces, right? Coast Guard, Navy, Sagar Pahari Bal, Marine Police. I told many police, right? Now, India is implementing Coastal Security Scheme 1. Security Scheme 2, 3, like the advanced versions. Coastal Security Scheme 1, SSC 1. For this, separate funding comes from central government to all the coastal states. Whichever states of India have the coast, funding comes from central government directly for the coast security. For coast security. Friends, here interceptor boats will be there. Interceptor boats means if there is any suspicious movement in the ocean, interceptor boats go to intercept the movements. Interceptor boats, okay, to stop the suspicious movement in the oceans. Friends, then transponders are fixed. Transponders are fixed. Here, I should also tell you about Assam. The problem of Assam border. Transponders and GPS surveillance is fixed to the boats, all the boats, every boat of India, because generally the illegal boats does not belong to India. Terrorist boats come into Indian coast. Know how to identify them. You have to fix the transponders to every boat, and every boat should be under the GPS surveillance. Particularly boats which are more than 20 meters length. 20 meters more than 20 meters length boats, they are most dangerous. Hence, they should be specially surveillance. Special surveillance is required. Then, radar system along the coastal area, particularly along the area having critical infrastructure. Friends, do you know India has critical infrastructure, industries, nuclear power plants, and atomic research, and important industries are there along the Bombay and Gujarat coastal area only, coast. Hence, the security is very important, security there. Okay, so radar systems, surveillance systems should be strong in those areas. Right about critical infrastructure along the Gujarat and Mumbai coast requires highest coastal security. And radio frequency ID cards shall be given to the boats and fishermen to identify them wherever they are moving, their movement. Radio frequency RFID called RFID. Radio frequency ID cards. And National Population Register (NPR). Into the National Population Register, separately you have to maintain the coastal population. Separately, the coastal people should have ID cards. Coastal population shall be given some ID cards, because all the terrorists who came to the sea stay in the coastal areas only. They do all kind of drug smuggling, weapon smuggling, but staying as a they stay in the disguise of coastal population. They are not citizens of India, or they are in disguise of citizens of India. So the ID card should be radio frequency, because they're traveling, what they're doing can be monitored very easily. Surveillance easy. Okay. And as I always tell you, the coordination and intelligence sharing between various coastal agencies. Various agencies. For example, National Investigation Agency, Coast Guard, Navy, all agencies, the local state police, there should be seamless integration, coordination, intelligence sharing. And the ports, 12 major ports and 192 minor ports shall have strong technological surveillance systems. Ports, because through ports only comes most of the goods now. So 12 major ports and 192 minor ports shall have strong surveillance. That's all. These are the various coastal security measures. Okay. Friends, Assam border, actually, do you know, in Assam, from several years, the illegal immigrants from Bangladesh, Myanmar are coming and settling in Assam. Particularly in 1971, there was Pakistan, Bangladesh. Do you know Bangladesh country was formed in 1971? At that time, India-Pakistan war happened because India actually supported the formation of Bangladesh. India supported. India defeated Pakistan. Pakistan army surrendered to India. 1971. At that time, the war went on for many years. During the war, Pakistanis used to persecute the Bangladesh people. So most of them moved to India as illegal immigrants. You read about 1971-72 war. Separately read about that. 1971 war. Okay. So in 1971, many illegal immigrants came to where? Assam. So Assam is filled with non-citizens. They are not Indians. They are outside. Because of that, the local people of Assam face difficulties. Land problem, population problem, and problem with the jobs, education. So hence, Assam people wanted the illegal immigrants to be sent out to their country. That's why all Assam Student Union fought against the government. Finally, Government of India signed Assam Accord. As per the accord, anybody who does not have citizenship proof that dates to before 1971 will be considered as non-citizen. Cutoff date is 1971, I think March 24. I'll check again, but yeah. So anybody who came from outside India as illegal immigrant settled in India after the date will be sent out of Assam, sent out of India. They won't kept in India. Based on this only, even Supreme Court asked Government of India, based on Assam Accord, Supreme Court asked Government of India to create population register, National Register of Citizens of Assam, NRC, National Register of Citizens. As for, in NRC, they have to mention all the people who really belong to India. So the NRC go to everybody, or the inward applications. Almost 3.3 crore people applied for citizenship. 3.3 crore, not citizenship. They applied for NRC. Among all 3.3 crore applications, nearly 90 lakh applicants do not have a proper residency proof. That means they could not establish their citizenship. They could not show any proof before this day. You cannot show after this day, before this day. It's not established. And but in this 90 lakh people, Muslims are there, Hindus are there, Gorkhas are there, Adivasis are there. In 90 lakh people. So these 90 lakh people, actually internationally also there was criticism against India, because these people don't have the proof, but they're citizens of India, they're made citizens of India. Because of this, NRC was stopped. Now it's not published, not established, not finalized. Okay, so in Assam, even today, there are many terrorists coming from Bangladesh, Pakistan, staying in Assam as citizens. They're called as sleeper. You know, sleeper? You can write down. But this comes under terrorist. Sleepers. Sleepers means, for example, my name is Sarat, according to you. But actually, my name is not Sarat. My name is separate. My name is Mukesh Khanna or Shah Rukh Khan something, my name, actual name, okay? But I changed my name to Sarat Chandra, and all my ID cards to Aadhaar card is Sarat Chandra only. But I work for Pakistan. I work for Bangladesh and organizations, or I work for somebody else. I am just acting as a teacher in the class. When time comes, when I get instructions from my people, I'll go and attack. I'll do anything. Sleeper cell. I'm sleeper cell. Okay? So, till I get the call, I'll work as teacher. Once I get the call, my real identity will come out. Sleeper cells. So, most of them stay in Assam. They are illegal immigrants. They came during the 1971 war or later on. Anyhow, friends, Nepal and Bhutan, I will quickly tell about countries, just you observe, quickly you can write down the problems. Pakistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, take each country. Nepal and Bhutan. With Nepal and Bhutan, India has a friendly border agreement. Both Nepal and Bhutan, India has 1950, the Treaty of Friendship is there. Treaty of Friendship. Accord Treaty of Friendship. Treaty of Friendship. The people of Nepal and Bhutan can come to India. They can come to India, work in India, study in India. They can go back. The borders are very porous. They can easily move. With Pakistan, China, it's not like that. Nepal, Bhutan, and friendship is there. Because of this, what is happening? You know, Pakistan, Chinese are coming to Nepal, Bhutan. From there, they're coming to India. They're smuggling the goods, weapons, counter currency, everything. Example, as in Bhatkal. Have you seen the movie The Black Wild Dog, Nagarjuna? They show that the Pakistan terrorist is in Nepal. Nagarjuna goes to Nepal, brings him. Tell me why Pakistan terrorists, why they are in Nepal, you know? From Nepal, it's easy to come to India. Actually, that movie is on Yasin Bhatkal. You know Yasin Bhatkal? Yasin Bhatkal is another important notorious terrorist who is a mastermind behind 2008 Mumbai attacks. He stayed in Nepal. And from Pakistan prints Indian currency and sends it through Nepal. Through Nepal, we get fake currency. Why? Because Bhutan, Nepal has porous border. So write down about this. Write down. With the Nepal and Bhutan, India has Treaty of Friendship in 1950, because of which there is easy movement between these countries. Easy movement across the border. Easy across the border. They have porous borders. Full stop. This is misused by Pakistan and China to send smuggled goods into India through these countries. Nepal boat. Friends, do you know Myanmar Bangladesh has problem? Myanmar Bangladesh also has porous border, and you know across Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, India, relatives are there. For example, many families are divided, so they keep on moving between the borders, and they're allowed to move across the borders. Because of this trade, the smuggling happens, smuggling of cattle, human trafficking, arms, currency, fake currency. Because of the linkages, you can write down the family and tribal linkages. The family and tribal linkages between India and Myanmar, Bangladesh across the border. India and Myanmar, Bangladesh across the border, family and tribal linkages lead to easy movement, helping in trade in smuggled goods and human trafficking, and infiltration of terrorists, along with illegal immigrants. Friends, I think I should leave.